What's going on, everyone? This is Sheets, and we're going to be going over the NBA slate for this evening. I wasn't sure whether Bobby was coming. I thought he was not. And then at the end of the NFL look, I think he said he was, but I'm going to presume that he isn't for now. And what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at the projections as I have them for now, and then we'll take a look at the early builds, the builds. All right, let me first, again, I don't do this too often, but let me go ahead and share my screen with you guys. Okay. So, this is FanDuel. Sorry, let me pull up DraftKings, and then we'll take a look. We'll also get a look at the questionables, which I have really not committed to memory here. Pull up the Discord channels that I follow, and then we will take a look. Let me just see something, anything come out in the last couple of minutes. Let's see. No, doesn't look that bad. So the first thing I noticed was like Kelly Olynyk, I think. Yeah. So the top point per dollar plays, as you see here, I mean, they're actually really, really strong. I mean, you have 3 over 6x. Kelly Olynyk, Jeremy Sohan, and Kevin Porter Jr., who's been nothing but terrific. So he, I presume, is going to get the most ownership of all these, and it certainly makes a lot of sense. So I have him currently projected at 45% ownership. I'm going to do another run, maybe like a half hour, 45 minutes. I guess it could be higher in bigger buy-ins. And then you have this Kelly Olynyk, Jeremy Sohan thing, and they're both about 35%. So we'll see. We'll see how that works out. Let's take a look, I guess, at the slate here. Where can we find that? Or let's share SaberSim over here. Take a look at not December 3rd, not December 4th. We want December 5th. NBA. All right, we're good. So it looks like a pretty healthy slate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more. Wow, 9, like a 10-game slate. All right, so this is nuts. So let's take a look and see what I'm playing. I am be playing 150 of that Mega 8s. I'm playing a couple in that qualifier. I want to win another Arizona trip. And then the Friday 8s, which is the 150 max. So I did an early run, but I'm going to do another one. But let me just take a look and see what I got. I want to see if anything's changed. I don't think anything will have changed in the last couple of minutes, but we'll take a look. Earlier I had, a full 100% of these guys. Like 100% Kevin Porter Jr., 94% Sohan, 45% Kelly Olynyk, and then Kawhi Leonard was my next highest owned. Let's do it again, and we'll build a new set, and we'll walk through the different settings. So you see that I'm building with 20,000 lineups. So but in NBA really doesn't make too much of a difference once you get above that 5,000 mark. So I'm putting my custom ownership in here, and I don't think I'm going to build my own fields. I will. I'll build them just in case I feel like using them. So this button here says automatically create custom fields from ownership. So if I did have confidence in my ownership projections, if I thought they were going to be better significantly, I guess, than SaberSim's, I could replace SaberSim's stated fields with my fields. NBA is rough, though, because ownership changes so frequently throughout the night as new news comes in, as results come in from 7 p.m. As results come in from 7 p.m., ownership will change to the 7:30 as people late swap. That is actually a pretty valid point here. But look at all this. I mean, after 2 games of 7 o'clock, you have like a whole bunch of 7:30s, and then a little break before the 8 o'clock, and then everything locks at 8. I guess that's why I'm doing this other NFL thing at 8. I guess. So now it has this field lineup that have been kind of created by me. So then what you can do, maybe I will do that for the lottery. I mean, who knows? So instead of, for example, you see here it says under the Friday 8s, it's using the field lineups for flagship MME. At least I'll start off with using, my fields. Okay, now again, after the 7 p.m. games lock and we get the ownership in, I'm probably going to end up, late swapping anyway. But it's a good place to start. And again, here's part of my process. The other thing that I'll do is I'll check just to see how my projections mirror or exceed whatever Sabre sims, to see if I'm like way off on anything. And tonight it doesn't look like it, but there's no huge discrepancy, at least for now. I mean, I'm going to do a whole new set in a little bit, but so minimum salary 49, although that's really not necessary. We'll just go ahead and build. Well, Danny, what do you have here? You have, I watch a lot of the Euro League. It's a very good, high quality league, and the fans are crazy to provide a fun atmosphere. Do you believe me? Yeah, I wouldn't. Why would you make that up? I believe you. That's awesome. I'm a big fan of all of like those types of basketball leagues. I mean, a couple of I have one kid who played for me in AAU who plays like all over the world. I mean, he plays in all these he's been playing in all these kind of lower level leagues. It's even much lower than the Euro League. I mean, he plays in like Hermosillo, Mexico. He played in Uruguay, like India. There's a lot of basketball out there besides the NBA. A friend of mine I met at a coaching clinic once, he got a job. He's coaching for this new Baltimore USBL team. I didn't even know USBL was coming back. There's a lot of hoops out there, a lot of opportunities to play, a lot of opportunities to coach, and everything in between. Okay. So now it's just calculating all these lineups here. And while that's going, I probably should rerun the hockey builds. Yeah, so as that's going on, actually, I am going to do that. Or I did do that already. Oh, good. So I redid the hockey, so I can build those now. So we're going to put templates, and we're going to hit one group per contest. That means it's going to run separate sims for each contest using separate fields and all that stuff. So this will make sense. So you see here, it's running the sims. Actually, it's not really running the sims yet. It's just now it's running the sims. Ooh, I think Bobby's now coming in. What's up, Bobby?
How's it going?
No problem. So I was basically just running my first builds here. I am going to redo my projections in a little bit, but it seems as though we're going to get a ton of 3 guys like Kevin Porter Jr., Kelly Olynyk, and Jeremy Sohan. And obviously, those are 3 completely different levels. Porter Jr. is expected to actually score. Yeah. And I guess he's got the wherewithal to do that, where these other guys are not. They have like 20-minute projections, right? So it's a little. Well, at least Olynyk does. So I guess I'll ask you.
I have no idea about anything, so I'm just jumping in now. So just so you know, I have not looked at anything. I haven't talked to it, but I know. I mean, I've been following every slate, so I'm happy to answer or talk about anything. But just so you know where I'm coming from, I have not looked at a single thing. I am playing today. I was not going to play. I decided to play a little bit, and I'm getting sort of the same thing. I just ran it while I jumped on. It's just like all the Reeves, Olynyk, and Porter, basically.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you have any like basketball opinion on any of that, or
not really? I don't know what to tell. I mean, honestly, what Austin Reeves has been doing is like, I don't really know how not to play him.
Yeah.
To be honest with you.
Yeah.
he's such a monster, and I'm a little surprised at the fact that that they're not playing. Like, I don't know what's going on with Luka. I guess I was a little late. I thought it was just resting him for one game the other night, and kind of surprised he's out for both these games. So,
well, it's personal, so he's probably got something going on, like we were saying.
Yeah, and I'm a little worried about it personally, because that's the thing. It's a big game, Lakers in Boston, and you have no LeBron and no Luka. LeBron is just, he's a ghost of himself. But anyway, it's really hard for me to get away or talk you out of any of those plays. I guess Olynyk, you could make the case because we haven't seen him play that many minutes, and they're probably projecting him to start, which he very likely won't, just knowing what the Spurs do sometimes. And he very well may, because Cleveland has Mobley up there. They could go a lot of different ways that it couldn't work. I'm curious what the projection. I haven't looked on Biyombo yet. Let me just take a quick look. Yeah, they're really not projecting anything out of Biyombo. I wouldn't be surprised if the Spurs start Biyombo and bring Olynyk off the bench, which will throw everything into an upheaval.
This is Bismack Biyombo, the one and the same?
Yeah, I don't think there's any. He hasn't been in the league as long as Olynyk, No,
I feel as though, I feel like these guys are like both kind of like professional, like value plays. You know what I mean? Like to do with them.
Yeah, and Olynyk's like historically been a great one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know, and I'm just throwing it out there that it could happen. So, like, that game's at 7:30. We'll obviously get news before then, but be ready to have a quick trigger for when you get the starting lineups available there, because that's one that. And I'm not saying you wouldn't want Olynyk, but you probably don't need 100% of them, and you're probably going to want Bismack Biyombo some.
Well, you mentioned one guy that I was going to bring up to you that you got a late downgrade to questionable on Evan Mobley tonight.
Yeah.
Well, late being noon, but still,
based on the spread, I'd expect him to sit.
Okay.
It's only 3.5. I don't know why it's only 3.5. I feel like this should be like, I don't know. I know Cleveland hasn't been as good, and San Antonio's been good, even without Wemby. But and they're missing other guys, don't get me wrong. But obviously Donovan Mitchell is a great play anyway. And if there's no Mobley, I really have a hard time prioritizing anybody over Donovan Mitchell, if you want to know the truth. But Donovan Mitchell, I think, is where you it's a good pace matchup. The guard defense isn't that great. And I think Mitchell and Reeves make for the perfect, that you play both of those guys. And that's sort of where you start with the spend ups, as far as I'm concerned. Do you see it differently? You could throw.
Well, it was funny because when I ran my thing, like maybe even 15, 20 minutes ago, I was getting a lot of, I think Kawhi it was, or Harden, one of them. And I wasn't getting as much of the, of Reeves. When I ran it now, I was getting Reeves as my top owned non-value play.
Yeah, I've got right now. I ran 100 lineups, and Reeves is in 98% of them.
Okay.
I'm not sure if Goldie's, like, I was looking at some other projections, and I'm not sure if Goldie's was run before we had officially had LeBron out. I don't know that it matters. I really don't. Like, I'm afraid this is going to backfire one of these days on us. But I don't know what we're talking about anymore. Like Austin Reeves has legitimately been one of the best 6 or 7 players in the NBA, maybe better. He's averaging almost 30 a game. Without Luka, he's averaging 42 a game, and over. You know what I mean? Real points.
Yeah.
This guy is like. He's one of the top 5 players at the rim in the NBA. He's one of the best mid-range, and he's one of the best from downtown. So, like, I don't really know.
Aside from that, though, he sucks.
It's not like they have another guy to run through. Like, who they're going to run through Gabe Vincent? They're going to run. I don't know. So I just have a very hard time not seeing him have a game here. But I think all the Lakers are interested. Laravia at 4,500 is another one. Where did I end up? That's
pretty nice finish last night. That was a cool game.
Yeah. Unbelievable. And look, it was the best thing that could have happened for LeBron's thing, because after staying in the legacy thing and all that to get his 10 points, the fact that he passed up a chance at 10 points or overtime
100%
to get the win was probably the best thing that he's done in a very long time. But if you've watched him play this year, and everybody who talks about him as if he's like the same, he's terrible. He's no joke. One of the worst players on their team. It's not up for debate. LeBron James does not play. I'm not saying he won't get it back. I know he's kind of banged up, but I just think anyway, I'm sort of off on a tangent.
You have a questionable for Nurkic. Oh, but he missed the front end of the back-to-back, it says. So we'll see this.
I feel like we've got a lot of questionables, but I'm not sure how real some of them are.
So we got the Mobley's early, right?
Yeah.
LaMelo questionable. Yeah, dude, 37 minutes and 34 real life points, huh?
Wait, LaMelo?
Yeah.
He had 60 fantasy points.
He just sure did.
And low owned as we sort of expected. That was sort of the breakthrough that we were waiting for.
I'm looking at some of these others. Kobe White questionable.
Kobe White hasn't been playing, so
yeah.
The Bulls would continue to look good again in that what should be like. First of all, these point spreads, I don't know where they're coming from with Indiana. Like every day I look, Indiana must be like 0-1,000,000 against the spread this year because they've only won 2 games, right? Or 3 games.
Yeah.
They're only 4.5-point underdogs. But I said the same thing against Cleveland. They were only 3-point underdogs against Cleveland. And you look up and the score was like, before you knew it, it was like 30-4. You know what I mean? They were down.
You have Alfred Sengun with the late addition to the questionable report.
That seems like a pretty relevant one. But wait, that is not in the first set. For some reason I had that. Where's that?
Yeah, it's 8 o'clocker.
One of the 8 o'clocks. Yeah, and it's. I mean, if you look at the point spread again, if you're reading tea leaves, you assume he'd be playing because they're 10.5-point favorites against a pretty pesky Phoenix team. But it's tough, man. It's this is the NBA. Like, how do we try to save room for guys and go around? I've been trying it for my hand builds. It's worked well for my mass. Okay, so we do have Tyler Hero out. I missed that before we got on, but I think we already expected that. I hadn't seen all this stuff. Alex Sarr out. That's for tomorrow. Hold on, let me get out of Saturday stuff. Okay, so there's nothing. Paolo will have a minutes limit Friday, which we figured. Is that
Donovan Clingan questionable?
There's a bunch of questionables. I can go through the list real quick. It's pretty gnarly.
Brandon Miller. I'm just looking at guys who are actually in my lineups.
Yeah, I mean, I can run through and again, I have a hard time getting a feel for it. We've seen Chris Murray miss lately. OG's a game time decision. We just got that. Robert Williams is probably going to play. Şengün, I genuinely don't know, but I would lean more towards him than not as right now. I don't think Mobley is going to end up. I think there's a good chance Mobley does not play, but I think it's possible. I don't know. It could go either way. Dosunmu, Zach Collins. There's a lot of later games. The Bulls have always a million guys on their questionables, and I think that trying to delay as much as you can, which is okay because the value we're getting, in most cases, really the only games. Let's see. So from the early games, we have just the Lakers, and the value we're getting from there. I think LaRavia is good value. I'm just gonna make sure I select all those games. I think that, I don't really have I'm not getting to any friction. I think Rui's certainly makes sense without Luka and LeBron. But there's no real early value play. So the good news is that most of our value plays are going to come later on. So at least we'll have some more information, right?
Yeah, you got the Kalkbrenner is questionable.
That's a big one. Diabate could be a strong play. Diabate is worth taking a shot at anyway. But from the early games, we don't have a ton of what we don't know. You know what I mean? Pretty crazy to see Austin Reeves with a median projection of 56, which I think is accurate. But it's just crazy to see.
Right.
I thought this guy was going to become a potential, maybe someday, make one All-Star team. Now we're talking about he's one of the best players in the NBA.
Now he's like the MVP.
Yeah, no, he's legitimately second team at All NBA probably this year. He'd be starting in the play in the All-Star game. Dylan wants to buy your packages on State King.
I'm just putting him up right now.
Okay, putting him up right now. So I'm just to go through, I guess to go through the early parts of it, I don't really love anything. I probably should find something, but I think I'm not going to play the fringy stuff in the early game. So no Drew Smith for me, but that would be one. Khalil Ware. But damn, they're all fine. None of them are standing out to me. I don't really want anybody on. The pricing's all weird now because you've got Banchero back for limited times. Of course, that means one of the guys always goes off in this spot, but we would have wanted something there. And then you want look, you're going to want exposure to Ayton. You're going to want exposure to Rui. You're going to want exposure to Laravia. You're going to want exposure to Reeves especially. And on the Boston side, I'm sort of surprised that Jaylen Brown isn't more of a play. Has anybody noticed what this guy's been doing lately? The issue is you've already got Mitchell as a great play. By the way, Porzingis with the minutes limit tonight, which I think we expected anyway. But Jaylen Brown has put up 54 or more in 5 straight. Like he's been under 45 once in his last 8. It sounds pretty good to me. I mean, he was incredible against the Knicks the other night in real life too. He made 16 out of 24, which is not going to happen every night, but every game it seems like he goes off. And I don't really think the Lakers have a good matchup for him. So I really like Jaylen Brown. If you can get all 3 of those 9K guys in, that would be something that I'm interested in. Then
you could do it with Olynyk and what's his name, and Sohan, no?
Yeah, we have plenty of chance. We can totally do it. It just depends on what type of build. I think that's the build I'm leaning towards for my big buy-in would be those 3.
Who was it?
Reeves, Mitchell, and Jaylen Brown.
Okay. Yeah,
the only thing you lose with Jaylen Brown is, okay, another play might come up later in the day that like anybody on Houston without Şengün, for example,
right.
So that's the one thing that sort of got me a little bit worried about doing it, I guess. I mean, all these other guys, they always get there. Look, you can get to Jokic and no one's playing him. If you want to go that route, that's extremely viable to me. But there's a lot of ways to go.
We have what else do we have here?
Josh Giddey may end up being the best play of all of them if we lose the other Bulls guys.
So wait, so we have Hero out, you said. Jalen Johnson available Friday. Jalen Johnson's available, whatever that means. I don't even think he's on the slate. Or is he?
Yeah, he's Atlanta.
Okay. He's available.
Yeah. He's another one of the spend ups that's a good play, but at 10-2, I think that there's just other guys. I don't know though. With that guy, I've been calling my shot on him for years, so I'll take my victory lap on he's. People thought I was nuts when I was saying he's a better player than Trey 2 years ago. He's so much better of a player than Trey. It's not even like we should put him in the same sentence. Like Jalen Johnson does everything perfect for your team and nothing negative. You know what I mean? Like, and don't be surprised if Trey gets traded very, very soon because this team.
Who is he going to go to? You think?
I think the logical thing to do is to try to send him expiring contracts in like Porzingis and a bunch of picks for Giannis. I think Giannis on Atlanta or Giannis on the San Antonio or the Lakers think we think we have a chance, but somehow people think in the Lakers land that they can do it without giving up Austin Reeves. They're out of their mind. You know, there's no way that the Lakers get Giannis without trading Austin Reeves. But I do think the Lakers are having more nervousness about it because they're so good. Like Reeves has been that good. Yeah, there's a lot. Okay, so I think that in terms of spend ups, I want to have some room left over just in case Giddey loses everybody. You know?
Oh, look to answer something we talked about in football earlier. I think Jaden Daniels is in.
Jaden Daniels. What was that?
Jaden Daniels, I think, is in.
I didn't say anything about Jaden Daniels. Where was he ever out?
I was suggesting Mariota, and you said I think Daniels might be playing. I'm like,
you're talking about football. Okay, yeah. I'm sorry. We have Jaden McDaniels in basketball.
Yeah.
I was totally confused. You didn't switch.
No, I said a football thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I was pretty sure he was.
Yeah.
I think that I don't know why they're going to let him go. I just think he wants to be out there, but I was pretty sure they're going to do that.
And Dortch is out. Oh, Dortch is not. Yeah, Dortch is out.
Dortch is out.
DeMarcado remains out.
Cade's. Yeah, I'm not looking at anything for football until Sunday.
Okay.
I liked your take on it. And by the way, it's been better for me too. If I have early week ideas, it's honestly been crippling.
We're just gonna play Lamar, dude. That's it.
Let's do it. Sounds great. First time you've been on.
I don't think I've ever clicked his name.
Even though he won every single slate last year. But they were mostly not the main because they always play on primetime. Mitchell, Giddy. I just think we want to save room for these guys. Obviously, we're going to have all of the. Okay, so they've got SaberSim just adjusted their projection on Reeves to 49 from 54. I guess because the blowout, maybe that's logical. I mean, I'll just say, let's take a look at Reeves's games without Luka this year. Because I think this is really important. And all right, so without Luka, he's put up 85, 67, 57, and 58. Feels like it should be a little higher than 49. Well, he'll be in half my lineups minimum. I'll tell you that because I'm not fading this situation. I am a little worried about them, in Boston and all that, but it's not the same Boston team we've seen. By the way, Sheets, you want to bet for the finals that makes the most sense, and you can talk yourself into it. And I think it's so logical. Bet on the Celtics.
You think so?
I mean, I don't know what the odds are now.
You think it's a good idea?
They were 150 to 1.
Excuse me. Do you watch my tweets at all?
No, I didn't see it. I mean, I tried to, but I don't see it.
I tweeted just yesterday that I bet on the Celtics to win the conference.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I was listening to Josh Engelman going through his stuff 3 days ago, and he was making the case for it. It made perfect sense to me. I bet them exactly what you just said. I bet them to win the conference at 16 to 1, and I think I took free money from DraftKings. I feel really bad about this one. I got them minus 130 to make the playoffs.
I think it's a great bet. I'm saying this. I mean, there were people picking them to win like no games this year, but the fact that they obviously are staying competitive. If Tatum comes back and they've got some things they can do at the trade deadline, and the East is so weak, I'm in on that. I love that idea, Sheets.
Yeah, I posted on Twitter actually the screenshot of my bet 2 days ago.
Yeah, I'm just kicking myself for not getting them at the 150 to 1.
Oh wow, what can I tell you?
Because 150 to 1. I mean, like. This team won the title 2 years. I know.
Well, I'm not playing them to win the whole thing. I mean,
but they could win the whole thing.
Sure.
Once you're there, I mean, look. Hey, everybody says, "Oh, how great OKC is." I remember very distinctly they might have lost in 7 games if Tyrese Halliburton didn't get hurt.
Right.
Just so Jaylen Brown, Austin Reeves are both averaging a career high points per game. Blah, blah, blah. All right. Well, we're gonna see what happens with that one. Let's see. Something's weird about this projection of you can't convince me that the median score. I guess the blowout risk is all you could tell me for why Reeves would not be in the 50s. I genuinely don't understand it. And boop. Let's see, Harden. I don't love Harden. If I thought Memphis was any good, I think I would play a little more Kawhi in these spots. Wait, I like Kawhi, actually. I like that idea. But that Bulls-Pacers game, now, nobody on the Pacers side, but the Bulls side, if they sit all these guys again, if you lose Kobe White, Dosunmu, and Zach Collins again, or even one or two of those guys, it's Giddey, Vucevic, Buzelis.
You like that Buzelich?
I think he's going to be great. I really do. He hasn't been he's been good, but I thought he'd be a little. He's young. He's really. If you watch him play, you'd like him too. I think.
I'm just going to run a FanDuel thing. I'm not playing on FanDuel today, but I'm going to run it just for people to see.
Okay.
See what they get. See if there's any real big difference. What's Reeves over there? 9K. Are there other games? Yeah. No, I guess is Maxi's. Yeah, Philly's playing over there.
Yeah, Reeves.
Jokic is 12-8.
Mitchell.
I'm not getting like almost any Jokic, I don't think.
It's interesting because it's not like we have we have the one value centerpiece, but we don't have the double center value piece like we did. And I usually when that happens, people used to go to Jokic, especially in a tough game on the road. But they don't seem to be doing that today. So I really like the Reeves, Mitchell, the Bulls guys, just counting on likely somebody being out because the point spread and the fact that the Bulls have been and just the pace of that game is so good. So I would say Bulls / Giddy. I think those are my favorite spend ups. And then I also, you know, I'm not going to no, you're not getting any fault for playing Cade Cunningham or Jokic. I think those are both the next reasonable ones. I'm not quite as into Harden tonight, and it wouldn't surprise me if he had a big game, but maybe I should be. I just think I prefer other things, and I would really like to wait to see what happens. I guess the good thing about playing Harden is you can switch over to Giddy if the Bulls guys are out, if you have enough money left. Okay. We'll see what happens with that. Jalen Johnson always under projected, but yeah, okay. And then the Şengün is another big piece that we kind of would like to know about. All right.
Yeah, it looks like Michael Wilson is going to end up
most popular play on the slate.
Pretty popular, I think.
And it's going to be a tough fade because he's not expensive enough and he's got a big body. They can use him a lot of ways, even like double teams wouldn't matter. I don't know. All right, let me see who else. Brunson, Jaylen. I just think we're supposed to have some Jaylen Brown tonight. I really do. And SaberSim is way lower on him than I personally am. Brown. But yeah, I'm not gonna question some of the value quite as much today. I'm gonna sort of try to get my spend ups to be a little bit the way I want, and those are the guys who that's the way I'm treating this. It's a constantly trying to figure out which way to go next with the way things have been happening with the late swap and all that. I mean, Denny Avdia is a good play that no one's going to play.
A lot of good plays today.
There's just a lot of guys. By the way, if Mobley plays, he's probably one of the better plays around.
And that's 7:30. Okay.
Yeah.
How long is Wemby expected out for?
He'll be out. I think it's only like another week or so. Okay. Maybe not even. I'm not 100% sure on that.
I got tickets for Wemby when he comes to the MSG.
Oh, awesome.
It's not till March 1st. So.
Oh, I think hopefully
he can still be out, but not for this thing.
yeah, exactly.
Well, I'll tell you this: for his one trip to MSG, I mean, he's going to have to be crippled and not play.
Yeah, he only gets one a year, of course. Yeah. And they're good. You know what? It's not out of the realm of possibility. There's only two teams I think can beat OKC right now. But I would throw the Spurs in there if they continue making this leap. But one of them is Houston, and one of them, and it's not out of the question the Spurs could end up in the finals somehow this year. I swear, it wouldn't be surprising.
Okay, for those of you who are watching my screen here, that you'll notice the big difference here on FanDuel is Jake LaRavia is like almost 100% here. He's 3,900 on FanDuel. And then the other guy is Rui. Rui's 4K flat. So you have those two pieces of Laker value to go along with what's his name? To go along with Austin Reeves.
Yeah. Oh, I have to say my terrible take again, even though it has not been fruitful the last couple times.
That's why it's been terrible.
Well, okay, it's a terrible take. Yeah, fair enough. I like Ben Mathurin again. It has not been going his way at all the last few games. I think he's going to turn it around at some point. He keeps getting foul trouble too. Like he pick up like 2 fouls right away, and then he sit him like after 4 minutes. But he changes his rotation, and then he doesn't even get in any more foul trouble. But then but it's already like it just hurts. He has like negative 2 points. By the time his second rotation comes in. Siakam. Siakam has kind of been quiet. This seems like a good spot. Yeah, so I would say that, look, I think you're building around those Reeves, Mitchell, that take the value that you're being suggested. And again, the Bulls, I would hold out. I would hold out exposure to all of the Bulls just because it's a lot of information. It's a lot of guys out, and it's a great matchup against Indy. So
now, so you're not really playing much in the Miami-Orlando game, but this Laker game, I mean, listen, are you going to play anybody except for Reeves in the big buy-in, or probably not? Right?
I might do something I never do. I'm genuinely considering putting a 0 on everybody from Miami and Orlando.
Well, just for fun, like let's go old school. Let's pretend. Ooh, what is this? An error with my entry. I cannot error my entry. Cannot. Oh yeah, re-log in here. Okay. Just if I just hand built a line up here, like what would it look like? Just for the hell of it. Let's say, okay, I don't know anything about Saber or Sim. I don't know anything about Sims. I don't know anything. Okay, so Luka is out. So let's play Austin Reeves. Jaylen Brown is really good, and he's in that same game. So let's play him. So let's get these two. And then you got these two values, right? So what is it? What position is Olynyk? Center?
Yeah.
Is that all he is?
Yeah.
Okay, so you put him there. Kevin Porter Jr. What is he? Point guard?
Yeah. I don't think. I mean, yeah. As much as we're getting of him, I'm not loving. I'm gonna eat it probably, but I don't think it's like I don't think it's as automatic as they're making it.
And then, so it was Porter, Reeves, Brown. Who's the other value? Sohan. Just want to see what this does. Okay, because
Sohan, because he's $3,400.
So now you got $5,900, and you have like probably the 5 most popular guys on the slate, right? Pretty sure. Well, maybe Jaylen Brown's not. Who knows?
No, Jaylen Brown will be completely unowned.
Right. So you have Reeves and Jaylen Brown as that thing. You got that little correlation there. And then you got 3 guys. And let me see. Let's take a look at the projections a little bit. Like who looks good. Talk about Laravia.
Klingon just got ruled out.
Who did?
Klingon. So that means that Robert Williams is going to be a little bit chalky, I think.
Robert Williams from Portland?
Yeah, assuming that he's in. I think he's going to be the other chalk piece at center. He's 4,400.
All right, so then you mentioned that there were like some late games that you wanted to.
I'd put Robert Williams in that. If you're trying to build like the most logical, I would make sure to immediately put Robert Williams in personally.
He's on Portland.
Yeah.
So that's the second center.
Yeah. I mean, he's gonna.
If you're gonna do that,
take Donovan Mitchell.
Well, what I was gonna say is to take Avdia.
Yeah, I'd way prefer Donovan Mitchell if Mobley's out.
Okay.
And
Mitchell is what position? He's a guard, right? I can't afford everybody. So if I played him, then I'd have $4K left.
But if Mobley's out, then I mean, there's a bunch of guys, but like even Dean Wade will look okay, because there's no Allen. Also, how much?
So who's a 4K guy I could slot in here? I could slot in Jamal Sheed.
No. Well, you already have Sohan in that lineup?
I do.
Isaiah
Jackson?
Do like really bad range for the forward, I feel like.
Yeah.
I don't think there's nobody I like around 4K. But there might be. I mean, Dean Wade wouldn't be the worst if there's no Mobley.
If there's no Mobley.
Who's officially a game time decision with an illness. They just announced that.
And that game's when, 8 o'clock?
7:30.
Oh, okay. It's not like.
Oh, wait, hold on. I'm sorry. Yeah, 7. No, you're right. No, I was right. 7:30.
So you got a little San Antonio, Cleveland, and then you got Robert Williams.
Yeah, I'm trying to. There's nobody at 4K that I like, unfortunately. I like Kevin Porter Jr. a lot as a guy who always comes. He always does put up the big numbers. He always can put up a big number, but I don't think these projections. I don't think he's like a lock to, especially because I think Ryan Rollins will have the ball a lot. I'm gonna wait to see where I end up on that. I probably end up playing him in my big buy-in, but I don't feel great about it. I've seen Kevin Porter Jr. He just loses his mind sometimes. Like, he can do it. He's very capable. He'll take the shots or whatever. And then he just gets in, he'll pick up 3 stupid fouls. And I don't know. Something about it. If you're looking to try and fade one of those weird plays, I think it might be, I still think he probably gets there most of the time, but just with that at the ownership he'll be at, maybe play Ryan Rollins instead. I don't know. That's what I'm thinking about. Jimmy's asking about Dylan Brooks. Look, he's been great. I get it. He's going back to Houston. Terrible matchup. Probably could argue that Dylan Brooks is being under projected every day, but it just seems like you're not trying to there's definitely no way you're trying to get to Dylan Brooks, in my opinion. If you happen to end up with some, I think it's fine. That's sort of how I treat it. I'm definitely not trying to do it, but if I ended up with exactly 6,600 and I would consider him, sure. How about Jamal Murray the other night? Nobody plays Jamal Murray ever, and he just went nuts.
What did he end up doing?
He scored 50 real points. It's the first time ever three guys from the same team scored 50 each.
He can do that.
Yeah, he scored 50, and he had 72 fantasy points at 0.1% ownership and was on the winner, which is kind of wild because usually those guys don't make the winner. You know what I mean? Because it's 0.1%.
Right.
He made 10 threes. He was 10 of 11 from 3 sheets, 19 for 25 from the floor. Talk about a good, it's like an all-time game, you know?
That's just insane.
For a point guard. They've had 2 50-point scorers who went 10 of 11, or one was 9 of 10, the other one was 10 of 11 from 3.
I have a question. How come Denny Avdia is in the point guard position?
Because he plays point guard.
Hang on. But when I click on him,
he's a power forward, yeah.
It says small forward.
Small forward, yeah. DraftKings is just a joke with the
Okay, I was just checking.
Oh, he gets to play point guard too, though. Oh. So they finally did put him as point, because he was only power forward eligible the other night. And now he's only point guard and small forward, which is so strange. It's but it is fair that he plays point guard for them. I mean, he really does. Chris Murray in, Robert Williams. So I'm just curious what the projection is going to look like on Robert Williams. We'll see, I guess, in a little bit. Pretty shortly, I think.
Robert Williams, because Klingon is out, you're saying?
Yeah, and the thing you worry about with him is he's coming back from an injury, so how many minutes does he get? Saberson will probably do the thing where they project him at 8x, and then they bring it down slowly or something. I don't know. I'm just guessing. This is just speculation on my part. They bumped him a little. They didn't bump him to a must play. No, they bumped him to 22. Nothing crazy. But I think it's going to go up higher. He's one of those guys who can get 40 in 20 minutes too. That's probably also a sneaky boost to Avdia just because the rebounding, one less rebounder. Probably I don't really want to play Kamara at 5,800, but he keeps doing it.
What do you think of Laravia as a play?
Yeah, I get it. I'm in. I don't think you have to play him in every lineup or anything, but I'm totally in. And even if he doesn't start, I'm in. I actually kind of hope he doesn't start. No one's going to play DeAndre Ayton. It's interesting. Take away your 2 other best rebounders.
Let's see if any news is coming out here yet. Nurkic is available. Klingon is out. Time Lord and Murray are in. What about Jeremy Grant because of that?
I don't think that really affects him as much. Maybe a little bit. I think he's already a fine play. Like he's already all right, you know. I think if I was going to have to actually, you know what I would do? If I thought about I think I'd rather take a shot with Shaden Sharp at lower ownership and just hope that it goes my way. Because he's got, I think that he's really got a ceiling. Chris Murray being back is a little bit down on him, but I think I would rather play at the same price. I think I'd rather play Shaden Sharp than Grant. But they're both fine. They're both totally fine.
Sengun is out.
Okay, that's going to be Dalton. Then there we go. That's great. It means we don't have to wait as long for everything. But I think we have to take our breath and wait for them to update everything.
Kobe White is in.
Obviously, Steven Adams will be one of the guys who. So now you're going to have
Rockets starting Thompson, Okogie, Durant, Smith, and Adams.
Durant. Okay. Weird. They're just going away from Reed Shepherd in a spot where it seems like it makes so much sense to start him.
Yeah, like you said, you know what? You hit the nail right on the head, Bobby. I mean, you just have to sit, be patient, wait for things to update, and then you just see.
Yeah. Oh, Kobe White is in. Dosunmu is out, for what it's worth, for the Bulls.
Right.
So we're getting some news. Nice.
So Houston, Steven Adams.
Can we just get a shout out to Houston? What a great team. The second they know their starting lineup, they let everybody know. Yeah. They're the only team in the NBA that does it.
Either that or they knew like 2 hours ago.
No, but they're good about it. I've seen the lineup the day before.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So Steven Adams is the logical, obvious one. I think it's just a huge boost to everybody. Amen probably being my favorite outside of Adams. Durant probably being after him. It's a boost for Jabari. I think it's a boost. I think Reed Shepherd's weirdly projected on SaberSim, and I think that he's the other one that I have a little bit of interest in.
What about this? What about you talking about 4K guys? What about this Jordan Walsh from Boston?
No. He always there's no what's the situation why he makes sense because he put up 41 the last game?
Yeah.
But he's played every game in the exact same role all season long.
Okay. All right.
So you could do it. I'm not going to. I mean, he could always get there, like it's a thing, but it's not like. I mean, the guy has to make he made every single shot he took, 8 for 8. I don't know how he got to the free throw line. I guess it was Washington, so that makes some sense. But I mean,
I'm trying to find a $4,400 guy here.
He literally might score like 1 or 2 fantasy points. Like he can play like I've seen him play like half a game, and you look at and he's got negative half a fantasy point at halftime.
You go to my dude. We can go to Ryan Dunn, maybe. Just to fill in the rest of this, or Jarris Walker. You said something about Chris Murray.
He's in.
Does that help him? All this stuff?
Who?
The Klingon being out?
Jalen Smith out. Trey Jones out. No.
No. Okay.
No. I mean, sure, maybe. I don't know. I don't know how it would work, to be honest. Zach Collins is in. Wow, they're getting news to us a little bit earlier. Thank you, guys, on Friday. Coro out. The one we're going to have to wait on probably past lock is going to be Brandon Miller's in, by the way. Kalkbrenner is also in. Trey Mann is out again. Yeah, the one we're going to have to wait on is probably going to be the what's his name?
Mobley?
Mobley, yeah. But I think we got to wait and just wait for these projections to update a little bit because, look, we got to play some chalk. I still think that Mitchell, Jaylen Brown are going to be a little lower owned than they should be. I get why Jaylen Brown is going to be on this slate, but I think it's worth it to take a gamble on that guy. I think he's being Actually, you know what? He'll be. How about this? I bet Jaylen Brown is owned at least double what SaberSim projects him to be owned, and it still is going to be just around 10%.
I like the Jaylen Brown play. I'm in there.
Yeah, he's been awesome. Nothing really to got a day off too.
Mobley, so that's a big one. If Mobley's out, I could keep that lineup I was styling on and play the Dean Wade.
Yeah, I mean it's still Dean Wade. That's the only thing I would caution maybe a little bit. But yeah, I hear you. But you're going to get other things up that I probably haven't thought of just with this. I mean, because you switched to Steven Adams at 4.
Yeah, I did that already.
Oh,
yeah.
You did already. Okay, sorry.
Who do you like? How about LaRavia?
LaRavia.
Yeah.
But he's the one I like.
Yeah, I got that one.
Oh.
They have everybody. They have like 37 guys in this lineup. Let me just see what this is. Oh, no, I don't have LaRavia in this one. Oh, well, that makes it easy then. Is he a forward? Yeah.
Portis take. No, there's not. Look.
Oh, he's 4,500. I can't afford him.
I want to point out something to people about this Portis thing. There's nothing wrong with taking a shot at this play. It has not worked yet with Giannis out. It's not like Giannis has just now been ruled out for the first time in forever all this season. He's been out a lot. And we have seen Portis do mostly nothing. He did play okay in the last game. He definitely looks older and slower. His minutes, they finally let him play 30 in one game. He has not played 30 other than that game the entire season. And what is he being projected for tonight? My guess is going to be over 30. And I'm going to say, probably not. Oh, no, they've only got him at 25. Okay, so they've got it right. I think Portis is fine to take a shot at, but you got to realize it is a shot. This is no lock play. This is not the past days of Giannis is gone, Bobby Portis goes nuts. Also, Kevin Porter Jr. and Ryan Rollins both are high usage players without Giannis. So it's not like Bobby Portis is the guy to go to. Could he get there? Absolutely. But I don't think you build your lineups trying to just go out of your way to prioritize it. I would take what it gives me, and that means probably I'm going to have around 10%, 5-10%. All right. I actually have to run to the restroom really quick. I can come back. But I just got to run.
No, I'm going to get out of here too. It's all good.
Okay.
I will see you Sunday morning.
All right. Sounds good, man. Have a great weekend. And you too, guys. I'll update my exposure when I get there.